It all started with a video that Meghan Markle believed would break the internet in all the right ways. Uplifting, bold, empowering instead. Could contain one clip, just a few seconds long, changed everything. It was supposed to be a sweet moment, Meghan lip-syncing to a trending rap song, cradling her belly, basking in the glow of her upcoming motherhood. But to millions watching, it came across as staged, try-hard, and painfully out of touch. Before we go any deeper, make sure to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss what Meghan did next, and how it nearly took Netflix down with her at first. It was just whispers. We're seeing a woman desperate to stay relevant, and Meghan, who's never taken criticism lightly, wasn't having it. She doubled down. She pinned the video to her page. She responded to critics with a smile and a quote about living your truth. Meghan had gone rogue, and the consequences were about to explode. Then came the test screening, docuseries, the one Netflix had bet millions on. But instead, it turned into a real-time implosion. During the Q&A, a woman stood up. Her voice was calm, respectful. She said the pregnancy video felt, "Woman, a fake fan?" Accused her of not understanding her vision. Them visibly sweating told the crowd the video wasn't Netflix approved, that it was Meghan's personal post, not part of their official marketing, and that was the breaking point. What had started as cringe now looked deceptive. Meghan had implied the video was tied to the show, using Netflix's platform to boost her personal brand. Now, with the truth out, people felt misled and Netflix furious. Ted Sarandos, the guy who'd stuck by Meghan through every headline, every controversy, was reportedly livid, and he wasn't alone. The fallout came fast, quietly. Netflix canceled all remaining Q&A events. No more screenings, no more live appearances. Meghan, once the face of their newest prestige project, was suddenly being scrubbed from the rollout. And just days later, development on with Love, Meghan. Season 3 was frozen. No announcements, no emails, just silence. But this wasn't Meghan's first meltdown, only the most public. That footage hasn't leaked yet, but it exists, and everyone in Hollywood knows it. The ripple effect was instant. Gone. Cold. Meetings canceled. Deals stalled. Some execs even instructed their casting departments to flag Meghan's name in internal systems. And if that sounds harsh, it's because in Hollywood, reputation is currency. And she posted an Instagram live. No makeup, hoodie on. Casual lighting. She spoke slowly. Called herself misunderstood. Said she was just trying to show the realness of motherhood. Even loyal fans were saying, "This isn't it." Back at Netflix, damage control went into overdrive. Legal teams started combing through her contract, looking for a way out. Why? Because Meghan refused to apologize. She said she wouldn't be silenced, that she'd rather be dropped than fake an apology. At that moment, during one now legendary meeting, Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters turned to Ted Sarandos and said, "She's not going to change." And that's when everything shifted. Netflix stopped fighting to save her image. They switched to minimizing the damage. Canceled. Season 2 of With Love, Meghan would still air, but quietly, with zero fanfare, and most brutally, no renewal, no Season 3, no statement. But she wasn't welcome either. Word spread like wildfire. Hollywood is a machine built on perception, and perception had turned against Meghan overnight. Talent agencies, once eager to pitch her for new roles and brand deals, were now steering clients away. "It's not worth the risk," they whispered. Casting directors quietly removed her from shore. Even the tabloids, which had long chased Meghan's every move, were now calling her a cautionary tale instead of a comeback queen. But here's where it gets even darker. Insiders say Meghan's own team began to fracture. Some staffers jumped ship, unable to handle the internal tension. Others tried to rebrand her image in a last-ditch effort, pitching everything from a motherhood memoir to a redemption podcast. But the responses they got were brutal. Not interested, bad timing. We'll circle back in 6 months. That she believed. The pregnancy video was real, raw, relatable. But to the rest of the world, it felt like a performance, and a desperate one. Worse yet, with Love, Meghan wasn't the only disaster on her resume anymore. People began revisiting her entire post-royal track record. The Spotify deal that fell apart. The podcast that lost steam after just a few episodes. She wasn't a survivor of royal cruelty anymore. Her contract would expire. Be greenlit. She wouldn't be offered extensions. And when her team asked for a renewal meeting, they were met with silence. But silence wasn't the end of it. A few weeks later, a well-known trade publication ran a feature titled "Inside the Netflix Nightmare: How Meghan Markle Went." Off script, it was scathing. Anonymous sources spilled everything from the Q&A screaming match to the off-camera tensions to her refusal to listen to feedback. One quote in particular went viral. "We had to take the mic out of her hand before she lit the place on fire." That quote alone sparked 1,000 memes. YouTubers made reaction videos, late-night hosts cracked jokes, TikTokers acted out skits, mocking the Q&A meltdown. Suddenly, Meghan wasn't just controversial, she was comedic fodder. And Meghan, she vanished. No new posts, no interviews, no appearances. For the first time in years, Meghan Markle had gone completely dark. Some say she was regrouping, that she expected Netflix to defend her, stand by her, spin the narrative like they always had, but they didn't, because this time it was coming from her own audience. Young women, mothers, fans. People who had once championed her voice were now saying she'd lost the plot. And maybe she had, because the truth is, Meghan's power was always rooted in her ability to shape her story. She knew how to create a moment, a headline, a quote, a viral soundbite. But this time, the internet flipped the script, and for once, she couldn't flip it back. So where does that leave her now? According to insiders, Meghan's team is still pushing. They've pitched new shows to other platforms. None have moved forward. They've approached publishing houses for a memoir deal. But with the PR fire still burning, most are hesitant. She's even quietly tested interest in launching a new brand, something lifestyle-focused. But again, and Meghan, she lost it. Netflix has moved on. A case study in how quickly public favor can vanish. Or even one outburst. It was about the slow unraveling of trust. The feeling that maybe, just maybe, the story Meghan had been telling all along wasn't as raw or real as she claimed. It was curated, controlled, carefully staged, and in 2025, audiences are smarter than ever. But in Hollywood, silence is loud. And Meghan's silence, it's been deafening. Maybe she bounced back. Maybe she rebrand. Maybe she'll find a way to reclaim the narrative one more time. But one thing's for sure, Netflix won't be part of it. And neither will the studios, the agents, or the execs who once thought she was untouchable, because now, she's the cautionary tale. And that right there, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next.